All right, now we got the chapter 1171 of One Piece. Let's go. This chapter was this chapter was insane. We finally got our boy Loki free. We finally got more expedition on what happened of that night. We get a lot more from Emu. Let's go down and break it down. So how the chapter starts is we come back to the castle where every with the whole entire aftermath of everything. As we now see, actually in the scene, this is where Gabon got that little famous forehead scar, where we thought he was a man marked by flames, but no, this is with the fight with Harold is how he got that scar, which is very befitting of somebody of his character, really. Like in a mortal conquerors, advanced conquerors honing giant to give this man a scar, like yes, that's very fitting for him. So during this fight, even Gabon said that he found hopeless. He tasted hopelessness during this fight, saying basically meaning he saw no future in this fight, and he was terrified of what would happen if something like Harold was unleashed into the world. And I completely agree. They called him a great calamity. So if that was to take off, that was insane. Like Loki had to. I don't even know. Like it's pretty cool. It's kind of cool giving him that name. Jarl or whatever his name is, Jarl is just extremely happy that he didn't know anything about the treasure, which makes sense. They said the treasure wasn't open for a long time, so he has absolutely no idea, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that doesn't. I mean, it does make a lot of sense because Jarl is the oldest giant, so him not knowing is really showing that Ragnar is a real big mystery. That devil fruit is a real big mystery. So then we have a scene, a really, really cool scene, which I really love about Shanks. Shanks is deep into thought, angry, just angry, just thinking of Harold, of how good of a man Harold was. Then he has a flashback with his dad saying, if you have any wish, simply name it, and it will be within your reach. You truly endured a miserable squad life until now, my poor child. Shanks's face is just Shanks. There's no way Shanks is ever a rat. Like he's. I think Oda saw this agenda and he's tripling, doubling down, saying Shanks is. He's disgusted. Shanks's face is just in pure disgust of the celestial dragons. So for some reason he holds his arm. Forget your former life, and then he remembers some more words from Garland. Forget your former life on the surface. The commoners down there, they don't even count as people. Shanks, hey Shanks, stop it. Gabon starts to hug and conceal Shanks. So yeah, we heard the celestial dragons talk like that before, talking about how they don't think people on the surface world is people. So that's just kind of how it is. But it's just crazy seeing Garland with this big ass smile, and then he's just thinking about how thinking of Harold. So we cut to the next scene where Gabon, Shanks basically freaks out. He says, "Why did Harold have to die? He was such a pure soul." He's crying, and then Gabon, being the minister of love, holds him. Uh, shows like I'm the bigger guy. Kind of know, not the bigger guy, but Gabon just more experienced with type of stuff like this, loss and everything. So he's just making sure Shanks is not freaking out. Then we go over to Loki. Loki, is this what happens when you love your country too much? We just see Harold's dead body right there, covered. And then we have Loki sitting there crying. I'm still convinced that Harold's the man marked by flames. I do not care. I don't think he's dead. I think I'll save that for after. So this is the most interesting part. Anytime Emu actually pops up in One Piece, this is, in my opinion, is the most interesting. I'm gonna actually read off everything he says. He was an ancient giant enhanced with even more power and an undying body. Those traits made him a true monster, and yet he was still killed. Who could have is something unforeseen lurking on Elbaf. Emu does not know what the hell Loki is. Maybe Emu will know when he actually sees it, but as of right now, it just seems like Emu's huffing and puffing. We should have the abyss pentagram carved by Harold. There, they sh- that shall not be necessary. It would only result in the death of another knight. Every covenant comes with a price to be paid, even for Mu. Huff, huff. So I'm guessing each God's Knight or Gorosei, whoever Emu has that shared contract with, would hurt Emu. But I don't think it's for everybody, because we now seen Harold get killed by Loki. That hurt Emu. But Emu also took away Saturn by himself. That didn't hurt him. So in the final war, are we gonna see Emu just straight up kill all the God's Knights and Gorosei by himself to just get his power back? Because it seems like he's in a lot of pain, like he keeps breathing. And then I can't forget. So during my spoiler video, Emu glazes Harold. Like, I thought it would just been a couple of words, like, oh yeah, he was a good guy. No, Emu completely, he's throating Harold. It's insane. He had the qualms about lowering his head to appease. All he ever sought was communion or whatever. Yeah, communion with others, nations, and other people. Harold was a total aberration or whatever. And yet he was born with the blood of those savage, battle-loving giants, and we admitted him into the government. Philanthropy or whatever, his very presence might have destroyed it from within. Elbaf should never have known the king for his disposition, for giving a covenant with a corruptive ancient giant like him was an unprecedented opportunity. The disappointing outcome proves that history does not lie, that we will always be incompatible. Never forget Elbaf of D. All right, that, like I said, Emu is a straight up Giants glazer. He loves the Giants a lot. Like, I really don't know. He loves the Giants. And then he said Elbaf is of D. I don't know what that means. So Elbaf must be a part of the D clan. It might be one of the original D clans, maybe. So after all that, we go back to the castle again after the whole Emu sequence. Loki's talking with everybody. He's telling everybody he's going out to sea and he's going to take surviving soldiers. He also tells everybody that he doesn't want to, tell all of Elbaf about what happened. And I kind of agree. There's no point in telling. That's just like such an unbelievable story that it's kind of hard. So there's no way I can tell them the truth. Just drop it, all of you. So that's confirming it for him. He said, like, the next page, he says, don't speak a word. If we say nothing, who do you think will they blame for this? Jarul says, it will be the same as always. And I were to become king, can you see actually honing? I can only tackle this in my own way. With this ability, I'll settle all the regrets of the old man and his soldiers. I'm happy about that Loki's going out to sea with just determination to protect his fathers. Well, not to protect his fathers, to just destroy Emu. So we cut back to current day. Oh, and the Gabon also says something to Shanks talking about he still has a giant role to play, which we all kind of know that. So we cut back. Loki's kind of like emotionally screaming in Harudin's face, saying, oh, you really think I wanted to hold this from everybody? You think I was giddy about killing Dad, blah, blah, blah. And then Gabon completely confirmed it, saying he's telling the truth, Harudin. Harudin finally frees Loki. Loki is now free. We get the first set of people. Wait, hold on. We get the first set of people that's actually going to be going up, which will be Zoro, Sanji, and the Giants. Loki and Luffy stay behind. Oh, and then also Harudin himself finally says the enemy of Elbaf is the world government. So that's Harudin officially no ties to the government. Him and Loki is now on the same boat, even though, Harudin probably doesn't forgive Loki for picking on him. So back to what I was saying. Zoro and Sanji are the first two up. Well, because they're the powerhouses. I don't know if Harudin would have conquerors. There could be a chance. There could be a small chance. But to be real, I'm only expecting Zoro and Sanji to show out. Sanji is carrying Gabon. So we didn't get confirmation of Sanji having conquerors hockey. But if he does, he has Gabon right there to help him learn his Conqueror's Haki. So while they go up, Luffy and Loki stay behind. Luffy's just saying, I just really want to see you fight. And Loki apparently can fly, which is kind of pretty cool, but I would prefer to see him like kind of crawl up the tree like he did when he was a baby. I think that would be way cooler. Or like Ragnar turns into the squirrel form, like carries Luffy up. I don't know. I think that would be like way more of a cooler way. But we see this, whatever it is, dragger fall down from the top. And then, oh, wait, hold on. I love what Loki says. When he's finally freeing the chains off, he says, it feels so freeing. And he's roaring to the sky, staring the dragger dead in the face. While everyone's going up. While everyone goes up, Loki's just so happy. Loki uses his attack, Nephilim. Nephilim. And it freezes the dragger, which is pretty cool. So Ragnar has electricity powers and ice powers. Which one is the one that's gonna help more with the Gods Knights? I'm guessing the ice powers. But yeah, that's chapter 1171. It was absolutely amazing chapter. Love seeing more powers of Ragnar. Love seeing pretty much Emu freaking out even more. The first time we really seen Emu freak out was Joy Boy's hockey knot. So this is insane. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Break next week, and I'll be coming out with some more stuff to talk about this week. All right, see y'all later.